In today's video, we will learn about two things. One, how to be a topper in every field by developing a growth mindset. And two, the 5 attributes of a growth mindset. So let's get going. Hey everyone, this is Chetna and you're watching ChetChat. It's a Friday once again. And we're going to talk about today how to be a topper in every field by developing a growth mindset. Let's begin with the first attribute of a growth mindset. At number 1, it's called gold from scrap. Now, during the initial days of the Indian Space Research Organization, or the ISRO, the scientists used to assemble their rockets by moving their parts on bicycles. It struck me when I read this story that people with a growth mindset are never deterred by scarcity. Instead, they learn to create gold from the scarce resource. Now let's look at this strategy, the gold from scrap approach, and let's see how that can make us a topper in our lives. Let's say your teacher informs you that there's a test going to happen in just a couple of days. Now most students might complain and cry, "No ma'am, 2 days are too few to prepare for a test." What if you don't do that? Instead, you pause, you analyze that even though 2 days are few to prepare, everybody is getting the same number of days. Now it's a matter of my efforts and strategies in utilizing this limited time that will make me a topper. A topper's mindset never complains about limited resources. Instead, they rethink, create new strategies, innovate to find a way out for the goal and deliberately confine their resources, in fact, to challenge themselves. So keep challenging yourself and who knows, you might hit gold from scrap. At number 2, diverse experiences. How many of you like the Marvel character Iron Man? And why not? He has superhuman strength, he can swim, fly faster than jets, and is also a genius with expertise in math, physics, chemistry, and computer science. This multi-specialty feature is not just a fantasy, but the future. And the future has already started to unfold its wings with fields like cryptocurrencies, where you would require expertise in coding and finance, or perhaps the metaverse, where you would need to be both creative and have coding expertise. Now, people with multiple specialties have a higher chance to grow in the future. Let's take another example. Let's say one of your friends asks your entire group to help her at her bookstore counter during the summer vacation. Now, typically, some of your friends may straight away refuse the offer, as maybe they don't want to waste their leisure time doing useless things. But what if you look at it as an opportunity to learn something new? You may find that in just a few days, your confidence grows and you become good at the art of persuasive communication. The moral of the story is that the future is dynamic and we should not stick to one skill. A topper's mindset is a growth mindset on a constant quest to become as dynamic as Iron Man with a multitude of experiences. A lifelong learner is a lifelong winner. At number 3 is Intrinsic Standards. Benjamin Graham, father of value investing and one of the most celebrated investors of all time, once said, "Individuals who cannot master their emotions are ill-suited to profit from the investment process." Indeed, and this is not just limiting to the investing process, but to every field. Our actions are the reflection of our inner self. Let's say your group of friends decided to have a daily late night online group study during the summer. But you know that a daily late night activity will ruin your newfound habit of waking up early, which ends up making you very productive. So, How about you propose to the group that instead of a late night study routine, how about we wake up at 5 a.m. for 30 days and see if that can change our lives? A person with a growth mindset deeply realizes that external growth is an outcome of internal growth. So to cultivate a growth mindset, find your strengths and weaknesses and build good habits. We have a separate video, by the way, on the 5 habits of successful students, and I will link it down in the description below. At number 4 is Reboot Strategy. Sometimes a single failure in life can create an unconscious fear of failure and ultimately self-sabotage. A growth mindset never falls into this deep burrow hole of self-sabotage. Let's say your school football team unfortunately loses the quarterfinals in a prestigious tournament. On the way back in the bus, some of the players start muttering, the referee was cheating, our coach is terrible, we didn't have the right shoes, etc. But what if you start reflecting on that failure? You realize that it's not the lack of skills, but perhaps a lack of confidence that made your team lose. When the competitors, for instance, picked up a quick goal at the beginning of the game, your team lost the mind game and then they could never recover. A topper's mindset understands that failure and the lessons it comes with will be critical to the path of success. So to cultivate a growth mindset, one must reflect and find the pain points and learn from mistakes, cross-train, constantly seek improvement, have a plan B, and do not overthink the outcome. This will make you shine like a topper. At number 5, get inspired. Do you know that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most amount of time with? It could be your teachers, your friends, siblings, mentors, or your parents. They play a major role in your growth. To be a topper in every field, we need to understand, value, and form meaningful and inspirational relationships with people. The best way to form such a relationship is by following 3 simple practices. First, spend quality time. Reach out to the people who inspire you and try spending some time with them every day. Second, learn from people. A wise man learns from his mistakes, and an even wiser person learns from others. Thirdly, have a genuine interest in the person and be kind. Kindness, I have learned, is everything. There you have it, 5 easy ways that will help you easily become a topper in every field, develop a growth mindset, and also become very popular among your friends. So if you like this video, do subscribe to the channel, press the thumbs up button below, and happy learning!